Hey, YouTube. Thanks for joining me again today. There has been a ground beef recall. Are we surprised? This is April 27th of 2022. Now, we've already had all the issues with everything being stuck out in the harbor. We went through a long process with that and dealing with shortages in that area. Then we had the recent poultry ban, um, H1N1 bird flu, which in Minnesota, there was a ban on selling any poultry products, chicken or turkey, the meat, the eggs, any of those products. Even though now that we're close to the end of that ban, because that ban was supposed to go from the beginning of April through May 1st. And as I said, it's April 27th. And people are selling it. Restaurants are selling it. Stores have a minimal supply. Initially, they did kind of like stop everything, and the powers that be went out and destroyed the eggs and killed off the poultry that was at a various places. But now they're selling it again, and the price of eggs went from 350 to 750 per package, or if you're getting a dozen or 18 eggs. Now it's come down a little bit. It's $2.99 for a dozen, $7 for 18 eggs if you're getting those organically raised, whatever. But as I said from the beginning, we have the National Ground Beef Recall. It's more than 120,000 packages of ground beef that potentially have E. coli. Do you see the cycle of things that are going? And, in my previous video, I'm talking about as trouble comes, or if you're even on a driving and going close to a railroad tracks and the alarm goes off, ding, 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 and then you see the lights flashing, and then the arm starts to come down. These things are in motion, and they're happening a little more frequently now than they were before. And of course, there's fertilizer shortage, which they're saying is related to the Ukraine and Russia situation. They're also predicting that there will be a shortage of cooking oils, like different types of cooking oils. And they're saying that that's related to Ukraine and Russia, but I don't know. I mean, maybe not everyone uses soybean oil or safflower oil. Maybe people use olive oil. Olive oil is still available, but when I went to the store yesterday, the price was inflated. Like $8.99 to $14.99 for a regular average size bottle. If you want the cheap stuff, you can still find the cheap regular oil, the kind that's maybe not as healthy for you, um, for $2.99 a bottle or $2.49. There were some that were $2.49. But everyone has different preferences and tastes, and maybe that's something that works better, for some people. But when you're trying to work on your overall health and your cardiovascular health, sometimes you have to watch what you eat so that you can be in the best optimum health and be able to get things done and stay mobile and everything. But we've got all these things going on. Fertilizer shortage, which means it's going to be trouble for the farmers or anyone doing any gardening. Chicken, turkey, and eggs. Those prices just keep going up, and there's limited quality and quantity of what there seems to be in the stores. And with this national ground beef recall, people really should go to the FDA website. If you buy ground beef at all, I'd highly suggest you go to the FDA website to see what the code number is on the packages and then compare that with what you have in your refrigerator or freezer because it's covering ground beef that had been packaged anywhere from January 1st to April 7th or 8th, which is quite a wide span of time. All that being said, all I can say is what's next? Really. It's been perpetually growing. It's like the snowball that's going down the hill, picking up everything as it goes. I sincerely hope that people have been preparing and storing up things. Take inventory of what you have, rotating your food so that the older food is in the front, the newer food is in the back, so that way you can work through it in a process without it having things be wasted. Have a few pots in your place and get some dirt while there is still some dirt available. You can go to hardware stores and places like Target or Walmart still have some packages of dirt. Granted, they're not big, they're smaller, but you should still be able to get some amount of soil if you wanted to fill a big pot or a big bucket or whatever you have with that soil. Get however many packs of seeds that you can. Take your finger and stick it down in as far as the first digit in a few different spots. Just put one seed here, one seed there, one seed in another place. Wipe your hand over the top so that the dirt covers it back up and water it. And then give it some time. Let it have sunlight, or if you don't have good sunlight, use a really bright light system to give it an opportunity to grow. Make sure you read the back of that package. If you're growing beets, I know I always talk about beets, but seriously, if you're growing beets, it takes 60 days for the beets to get to a point of development that's going to be good. Because they're not only growing in the root, but they're also growing the greens on the top. So they're doing both things. If you're not comfortable or confident about doing anything like the dirt farming, as I'll call it, do some hydroponic stuff. And if you'd like for me to do another video on how to do the hydroponic gardening, then leave a note in the comment section below and I'll be happy to show you. But there are many different options. And now is the time. This is not the time to sit and wait and hem and haw and think about it. This is really the time to take care of your business. If you're going to grow food, it's time to grow food. If you need to have your home organized because you can't find your paperwork, then this is the time to do that. You don't wait until it's an emergency and you're running out the back door before you're ready to do something. You have to do things at the appropriate time so that you have an opportunity to get some things together, especially if you're kind of awkward at it and not sure. You want to have time to try things out and see how they work and then move forward from there. Thank you for joining me, and And just say, don't be scared, be prepared. Time is upon us now to have things together. And if you have things together now, when difficult times come, whether those times come from sickness or community conflicts or um, wars or rumors of wars or pandemics or social unrest, whatever may come, that you may have an opportunity to be prepared. And when you're prepared, you're less stressed and you can ride the wave and make it through the storm. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.